Hi, I'm Thorn Bishop, and welcome to Top Secret Inc. Today we're walking through issue number 6 of Harley Quinn, Volume 1, Preludes and Knock Knock Jokes by DC Comics. Now, just take a seat and enjoy the ride.
The issue starts with Harley gripping a revolver, sneaking down a hallway of what looks like an office building. You got to love the cork with the string inside of it right in the barrel of the gun, like safety first, kids. The scene flips to Happy Jack's two goons entering the office where they've been greeted by Dr. Chispazo. Remember that former FBI agent turned private investigator? The office is covered with pictures of Harley and a few of the Joker. She definitely looks a lot hotter than the last time we saw her in Oscar Cartwright's mansion, which I'm pretty sure is very relevant to the investigation. Apparently, the doc has been doing some home redecorating, and the goons aren't too happy about it. This office is technically theirs, and then she came in, moved a bunch of stuff around, and threw a bunch of stuff out. For the next little while, they throw shade at each other about their career paths and failures after the military and FBI careers. Classic workplace drama, but with guns. Yes. Doc tells him to listen up. She's been hired to find Quinn, and they're all on the same mission, so let's just get along and get the job done. She's creating a map of all of Harley's appearances and anything strange that's happened in Gotham to narrow down the whereabouts, including the recent hyena theft at the zoo. Shirley, one of Happy Jack's military goons, mentions that Harley has a bunch of henchmen working for her now. Lewis, Buster, and the two Bear brothers from Two-Face's crew. Doc Chispazo explains that her strengths are in criminal profiling, and knowing about the target's past and motivations will always provide an insight that they need to solve a crime. We jump into a flashback of Harley's life now, where we learn when she was a professional psychiatrist and an academic genius in a university who was on full tuition scholarship for being on a gymnastics team. Shortly after, she was hired by Arkham Asylum as a psychiatrist with the intentions of writing a book about motives of serial killers. But really, we know she was only interested in the Joker, because nothing says professional boundaries like falling in love with your psychopathic patients. Back to the present, Harley's at a different warehouse, just having hired another henchman named Brad, a former member of the Riddler's crew. Apparently there was an opening in the team since Lester never made it back home after the zoo visit. The goons are stunned by what they see. Everything in the building is giant-sized. Harley proclaims that Brad's initiation is to ensure that they leave with a souvenir from this place called the Finger Warehouse, because apparently crime involves a lot of novelty item theft. Back to Dr. Chispazo and the boys. She puts a video recording on of the first session between Dr. Harleen and the Joker. The scene involves some fetish choking between Harley and the Joker, which I guess is kind of like true love or something equally twisted, but she breaks through the Joker's wall of silence and gets him to actually talk. Harley ends up having an affair with him while she's in Arkham, helps him escape a few times without even getting noticed, then eventually gets busted. The medical board revokes her license, and she gets institutionalized for pleading guilty to assisting in multiple jailbreaks, all in the name of medical therapy. While being escorted to her cell, the doctor who hired Harleen tells her how disappointed he is and how she could have been one of the best. Harley laughs in his face and tells him she is one of the best, because to truly understand craziness, you need to become crazy and experience it. And that's actually terrifying philosophy for a mental health professional. So, now, anyways, Dr. Chispazo mentions that there's a rumor that Harley and the Joker aren't seeing each other anymore, but that's just speculation. Shirley chimes in with another rumor, that Harley's former friendship with Poison Ivy. She set her up with some kind of elixir to give her superhuman strength and dexterity. Doc says she's seen the medical reports from Harley's recent incarceration at Arkham. Her blood is clean. What they do need to know is that she will leave most Olympians in the dust. Suddenly, a police scanner goes off reporting a break-in at the Finger Warehouse, and all three of them race out of the office. Now, back at the Finger Warehouse, Nix has some serious butterfingers. He went to move a giant flower pot looking for some loot and didn't realize how light it actually was. It tipped over and broke a large window, and that set off a security alarm. Because even career criminals struggle with basic physics here. Buster and Brad come running in to let everyone know that a silent alarm is going off and there's a woman and a rent-a-cop at the front door. They should all bail before the real heat shows up. But Harley's like, just relax, I'll take care of the people at the front door. But first I've got a special job for Brad, our newest member. Doc, Shirley, and Abel are now in the building with pistols up on the hunt. Harley pops up on top of a giant massive 8-ball with a gun, welcoming them to the party. Before they can catch her, she jumps up and runs on the ball in the opposite direction, causing it to spin and collide into all three of them. It's like a Wile E. Coyote went to crime school or something here. They corner Harley sitting at the edge of a jester card, and they try to jump her. Harley whips out a massive pair of handcuffs and locks Abel and Doc together by the waist by them. This is pretty embarrassing for professional investigators here. We jump back to Brad sneaking around by himself in an area with a huge power drill, a bottle of wine, and a heart-shaped box. Shirley corners Brad behind the heart-shaped box, but when Brad tries to run, 2 rent-a-cops come rushing through the back door with guns pointed at them. Brad realizes he can't take out that many people. The cops try to shake down Shirley too, but he tells them he's a private eye working for Mr. Happy. Brad explains that Harley wants him to take the heart-shaped box and load it into a truck back at the loading dock. But he didn't realize it would actually be that big. And the cops are like, truck, loading dock. There's no truck in the loading dock. That's the first place we checked. Now we cut to a scene with a fully loaded truck driving off with Harley and the core team members. I guess she really did have a special job for Brad, being the distraction while they made off with the real score. Poor Brad. Welcome to the team, buddy. I hope you like prison food. Back to Happy's investigator's office. Dr. Chispazo is completely losing her mind right now. She's pissed. She's telling the guys, okay, we did it your way, and we got diddly squat. Now we're going to do it my way. The doc starts digging deeper into her files and shows him a picture of Harley in high school, standing next to her boyfriend. The guy's name is Guy Kopski, and somehow he mysteriously died while dating Harleen. Doc thinks that if she can crack the murder mystery of Guy's death, she can get some footing on how to catch Harley. Because apparently every criminal's downfall starts with a high school yearbook. Classic detective work here. Our final scene takes us back to Harley's hideout, where they just unloaded the stash. They ransacked a huge golden helmet that looks like something Dr. Fate would want to own. Nix confronts Harley about the score, saying, all that work for nothing. I'm here to make money, not to collect prizes. And Harley's not too happy with his view of the situation. But she kind of understands that the goons gotta get paid. So she walks away from Nix and heads into the closet. The guys are like, did she just walk into the closet by herself and close the door behind her? We find out that Harley has a wall safe hidden in there, so she cracks it open to discover there's no cash in it. The cash is gone. But there's a note. She picks up the note and finds out Catwoman cracked open the safe and stole all the money while she was out there with her goons robbing the warehouse. Catwoman, you are an absolute legend. But hey, that doesn't let Harley down. She comes out of the closet and announces to the guys, you guys want money? You're gonna have it. But first we gotta rob the Wayne Mansion. Because when you're broke and your crew is demanding payment, the most logical step is to absolutely rob the home of Gotham's richest man. And hey, what could possibly go wrong?